What's going on, everybody? Today I will be reviewing the movie I Know What You Did Last Summer. Yes, I'm just coming back from vacation and I'm about to get this out right now. So, this is the fourth movie out of the franchise. Yes, the fourth one. And I love movies like this where you have to guess who did it. I like those type of horror movies. Um, Now, the first two I Know What You Did Last Summers were the best. So the first one that came out in 1997, I like that one. I Know What You Did Last Summer. That one, the first one was good. And the second one was called I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. And that came out in 98. And that's the one with Brandy and Mekhi Phifer in there too. And I like that one too. That was a classic. And of course, the third one was the one that went straight to DVD. I think that was called I Already Know What You Did Last Summer. And those actors and actresses in there were just bad. And that movie was trash. So, but I gotta say this new one is better than the third one. So I'm just keeping it real. And yes, this movie right here is a horror slash suspense film, and it's an hour and 51 minutes long. A group of friends are terrorized by a stalker who knows about a gruesome incident from their past. The director of this film is Jennifer Kaytin Robinson. I think she did an amazing job trying to bring that nostalgic look back, in this film. It made you feel like you were in the late 90s watching this movie. So I like how she brought the nostalgic look to it. Now, I'm not going to go over all the cast members because there's a lot of them. So I'm going to go over some of them. So, of course, we got Jennifer Love Hewitt. She's a returning cast member. She played in part one and part two. So I got to say, I love Jennifer Love Hewitt as an actress. I really do. And yeah, she's a beautiful lady. I'm telling you. And when I started watching Jennifer Love Hewitt, when I started being a fan of her movies is when she came out with that movie Tuxedo in 2000. I think it was 2002. That movie Tuxedo with Jackie Chan. After that, I was like, yes, I'm a fan of her. I like watching her movies. And that movie's pretty good too, Tuxedo. Y'all got to check that out. It's more of like a comedy type of movie. So yeah. And I gotta say, I just love seeing her back in the movies now. I love seeing her in here, and she did a great job. We got another returning cast member, Freddie Prinze Jr. He was in part one and part two, and just like Jennifer was. And yes, he did a great job, and great job to both of them. And I don't want to forget the other five main characters in this movie. They were all five friends, and they did a great job. They all did a great job in this film. I like their emotions, and their acting was, top notch to me. Great job to them. You know what? Let me start off by saying this. Yeah, there's a lot of negative comments about this film, but to me, yes, of course the movie wasn't great. I get it. And the movie wasn't bad either. That's just my opinion about it. This movie isn't that bad as people are making it out to be. It's not. It's not all that bad. Now, the beginning of the movie was good. I love the beginning of the film because I love the plot. I love the plot of the movie. And it starts to show character development, which I like. And it's a good setup in the beginning because it gets you engaged. The setup is very engaging in the beginning of the film. Decent pacing. And I gotta say, like I said, the beginning was cool. Now the middle of the film, that's where it starts to get a little bit messy. But don't get me wrong, the middle of it was okay too. But once you got to the ending of the movie, I didn't like that at all. I was so disappointed with the ending of this film. I'm like, come on. Now, let me tell you about some lights in this film. I love the horror elements in this movie. I wish they had more tension in this film. It seemed like the kills were too quick. Now, part one and part two, you notice that the killer, he was torturing the victims a lot more, and you get to see the victims go through the struggle a lot more to get away from the killer. But in this new movie, it seems like the kills are so quick, if you blink, you'll miss it. I'm like, okay. Now, I like the score. I like the sound effects, the music, the background. I like that. I like the quality of the film. It looks very HD with smooth camera angles. Now, this movie, you can tell they stole some elements out of the Friday the 13th franchise. If you really pay attention, they really did. So, yes. Now, I'm going to go over some dislikes in this film. Like I said in the beginning of my review, I didn't like the ending of this movie at all. And I didn't like the reveal of the killers. When they revealed the killers, I was like, really? It just didn't land as hard as I was expecting it to do. I'm looking for some jaw dropping, like, really? I didn't get that type of feeling at all. It seemed like the ending was too goofy, too corny, too cheesy to me. It felt like I was watching a Lifetime movie. It really did. Not in the beginning and the middle. I'm just talking about the ending. It felt like a Lifetime movie, and especially when they was on the boat. I'm like, that scene on the boat, I'm like, really? Yeah, it started to get real goofy and real unrealistic. And it seemed like majority of the cast members survived the kills. I'm like, where they do that at? I'm like, really? Now, like one of the cast members showed up on the ocean shore in the ending of the movie, just coughing up water and shit. I'm like, she's still alive? Shit, I kind of gave it away. Damn, my fault. But yeah, I'm like, what the hell is going on here? It's just like didn't make any sense. And there's some other things in the ending of the movie that didn't make any sense, but I'm not gonna give away any more of the movie. But to me, this movie was it was an okay movie, okay, it's average. Um, like I said, the first two, the part one and part two, those were classics. I give those 10 out of 10s easily. But this one is going to get a 6 out of 10 from me. A 6 out of 10, yes. And it's another movie that's better than I Know What You Did Last Summer that came out in 98 that I like. It's called Urban Legend. Man, woo! I'm telling you, I'm talking about the first one. The first one that came out in 98, Urban Legend. Y'all need to watch that. That's another movie that's similar to I Know What You Did Last Summer where you have to guess who did it. It's one of those movies, but I'm telling you, it was 10 times better than I Know What You Did Last Summer. I'm telling you. Y'all gotta watch that one now. Check that out, Urban Legend. Not the second and third one. I'm talking about the first one. And yeah, I really don't have much to say about this movie. I Know What You Did Last Summer. It's just, hey, you know, it is what it is. I didn't really have high expectations for this film. Because I knew they couldn't do better than the first and second one. I knew that, but hey, it is what it is. It's a decent, average, okay movie. And what else I was about to say? I forgot. That's right. The next movie I'm gonna be watching next week is Weapons. I'm gonna watch Weapons, and I'm gonna put that movie review out next week. Then I can't wait for that Denzel Washington movie called Highest to Lowest. I can't wait till that come out. I think that comes out the last week of this month. So I'll definitely be watching that, putting that review out. So I hope you enjoyed this movie review. Subscribe to the channel if you like. Leave some comments in the comment section, and I'm gonna see y'all very soon. All right, I'm out.